Welcome to Recap Prince. Now we will watch Virgin Territory, a romance comedy film released in 2007. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel Recap Prince. Gerbino asks his men to chase Lorenzo. After escaping from men, Lorenzo arrived at the church and saw a dead priest sitting, and he decided to wear the priest clothes. Gerbino saw Pampinea cry while praying because she lost her parents. Gerbino told Pampinea that her family owe him a lot of money, so she needs to marry him. Lorenzo is still chased by Gerbino men when he saw a deaf gardener working in the church. He decided to climb a tree to escape from Gerbino men. Unfortunately, he stepped on the branch of tree that got broken and he fell on the ground. While on the ground, some nuns saw it and came to help Lorenzo. They decided to bring Lorenzo to church, and while sleeping on the table, the nuns kiss his waist and kiss him on the lips without knowing that Lorenzo is awake and enjoying the moment. When Lorenzo woke up, the superior of nun came in and told the other nun that they will keep Lorenzo at the church since he is deaf and mute. Pampinea is talking with her friends and told them that the King of Russia will meet her and she will marry him. Gerbino heard their conversation and got mad and insisted Pampinea needs to marry him, not the king. Pampinea escaped Gerbino and went to church to hide with the nun. While on the church, she saw Lorenzo and asked the nuns who was he. The nuns said Lorenzo is deaf and mute and he works as a gardener in the church. The King of Russia arrived and met with Gerbino, but Gerbino said that she will not marry Pampinea because they are already engaged. The king left Gerbino and he saw a man on the street who told him that Pampinea is waiting for him in the city. Two nuns went to the room of Lorenzo. Since he pretended to be deaf and mute, those nuns take advantage of him. They do whatever they want to Lorenzo. Two men walking on the forest with their girlfriends when they saw two young ladies seducing them and asking them to go with them. They decided to go with them in the tavern, and two women sit on top of them while milking the cows. His girlfriend saw what happened on the tavern and got mad. Lorenzo is naked taking a bath when two nuns help him take a bath. Pampinea is just watching them. Pampinea is jealous to the nuns because they can do whatever they want with Lorenzo. The king with his men look for Pampinea when they've been ambushed with Gerbino men, but the king managed to escape while some of his men died. The guy is dreaming a beautiful lady that he is having intimate with when his girlfriend got mad and threw him water. Pampinea saw Lorenzo taking a bath and got attracted with him, so she went to Lorenzo's room and seduced him with a kiss while being blindfolded. Lorenzo and Pampinea kiss passionately and with love while they are alone in the room. Lorenzo is still blindfolded, and his girlfriend is in the forest and getting intimate when suddenly something happened. The guy and his girlfriend didn't know that a group of guys saw them and they are surrounded by them. They can't escape. They've been caught and got hostage with a group of men. The girls do whatever they can to escape. They seduce the leader and the group of men. The woman danced to the leader to tease him, and the leader smelled the underwear that the woman threw at him. They also tease all the men who captured them. They decided to play a game and asking those men who wants to go first to get intimate with the hot woman. The men are fighting because everyone wants to go first to be on the bed with the woman, and their plan to escape worked. They leave the place. When the superior nun went to Lorenzo's room to seduce him, she found out that Lorenzo is not deaf and mute, so Lorenzo has been kicked out of the church. The king saw a lady bathing on the river, and the king said he's looking for Pampinea that she will marry. The girl pretended to be Pampinea and kissed the kiss and seduced him. Since the king never see yet the face of Pampinea, she believed the girl. Lorenzo is outside the church when Pampinea saw Lorenzo and asked him if she wants to be with him. Another guy who is deaf and mute was adopted by those nuns on the church after Lorenzo left. Lorenzo and Pampinea arrived at their destination when Lorenzo told Pampinea that a girl once went to his room in the church, blindfolded him and kissed him passionately. He said he wants to marry. Pampinea said to Lorenzo, how can she marry someone if she didn't see her face? Lorenzo didn't know that it was really Pampinea who kissed him when he's with Gerbino arrived with his men and fight with Lorenzo. Pampinea asked Gerbino to let go of Lorenzo, and she will marry Gerbino in return. Everything so that Gerbino will agree to marry her, but he needs to let Lorenzo go. Gerbino agreed to Pampinea and Pampinea released Lorenzo, but she didn't know that Gerbino asked his men to kill Lorenzo when they get into the forest. Pampinea talked to the priest before their wedding. She bribed the priest to not continue the wedding, or at least delay the wedding. The priest accepted the offer. Lorenzo is in the forest with Gerbino men because they need to kill Lorenzo, and Lorenzo was able to escape. While on the forest, Lorenzo saw the king and they decided to go to Pampinea wedding. The priest is delaying the ceremony when Gerbino noticed it and got mad. While having the wedding, Lorenzo and the king finally arrived and fight with Gerbino and his men. Lorenzo uses a sword to fight and the king and Gerbino had one-on-one fight. After fighting with the men, Lorenzo helped the king. Lorenzo fight with sword running and chasing those men of Gerbino. The king and Gerbino face each other and still Gerbino won't let the king take Pampinea, and he's insisting that Pampinea and him are meant for each other. When Lorenzo finally defeat those men, he went to the king and they able to corner Gerbino. Gerbino is still not giving up until he fell to the ground that caused his death. Pampinea went to the king and told him that she won't marry him, and the king said she is not the girl he saw on the river. Then Pampinea's girl best friend appeared and happened to be the one bathing on the river whom the king is looking for. Pampinea looked for Lorenzo and she said that she loved him, and they kiss and live happily. Do you like our story? And do you know now why the nuns are adopting only the deaf and mute? Comment your answer below. Also comment which part of the movie is your favorite. Like and subscribe to support our channel. Thank you for watching Recap Prince.